So far in Project Giddy-Up, we've handed the keys to Angus Fogg and let him run ragged around the Hampton Downs racetrack as well as the drag strip at Mere Mere. We then took it over to Sam at CTB Performance with some interesting results from the dyno.
It's a starting point, it's nothing too impressive.
Good talk though, eh?
Yeah, it's not bad.
And we went over to Stocks to talk about the right options when it comes to suspension, that being the shocks and the springs. So now it's time to slow everything down and come to a stop. We need to talk brakes. Okay, so we kind of understand now where we're going with the suspension and the springs when it comes to Project Giddy-Up, but there is more to it than that, because whilst we try and make this thing ride more comfortable and of course go a little bit faster with its handling, we need to be able to stop it. And as Angus Fogg said, that was an issue. So we've flown down to Race Brakes in Kingsland because they do know brakes. And I'm with James at the moment, and James, there are a billion different things you could do to this car to help stop it faster. But really, you have to get sensible, considering it's going to be both a road machine and an occasional track car, isn't it? So it's all about a compromise again?
There's always a compromise.
Okay, so let's start then with the process of what we're going to do. I know for a start that this big hefty thing right here is the old rotor.
Correct.
This is the new rotor. Why? Because at a casual glance, it almost looks the same.
It is a direct replacement rotor for a Mustang. The difference between the two rotors is this is a DBA heat-treated and slotted motorsport recommended rotor. It deals with far higher temperatures. The slotting will degas and deglaze the pads.
I'm with you, yep.
Compared to the standard rotor, which is just a standard cast iron, which is more prone to warping at high temperatures that are generated on the racetrack.
Okay, heavy. That's just what you have to live with when it comes to braking. So that's why you're doing it. Glazing, gases, it won't crack, it's just a better product.
It is a far, far superior product.
Right, and because of that, by default, helps with the braking overall?
Yes.
Okay, it's nothing to do with the stickiness of a piece of steel, is it?
No.
Right.
The slots help a bit with initial bite as well.
Okay. There's more though, because there's so many parts to braking. And we'll quickly go now to the pads, because again, there is a compromise, but you gurus have decided you don't want to compromise as such. No. All right, talk us through.
The road pads that come with the Mustang are actually very good from A to B commuter point of view, so we're going to leave that alone, because if it's not broke, we don't need to fix it. But what we are going to do, there are pads that do road work and track work.
Yes.
But we want to go higher up the food chain.
Okay.
So we're going to have to use a high torque, high temperature sprint pad.
Yes.
That we're getting aqua-cut, laser profiled to shape to match the original Mustang brake pad.
Right.
We're going to then drive to the track.
Yes.
On the standard Mustang road pads.
Yes.
We'll change to the race pads.
Yes.
To use on the track to deal with the high temperatures that a heavy Mustang will generate.
Okay, so just to re-clarify, we're going to stick with the original pads.
Correct.
When we're doing road trekking, round
Correct.
the places, everywhere we go get the shopping, whatever. When we take it to the track, we're just going to do a simple pad swap.
Simple pad swap.
But you mentioned you're getting them aqua-cut, and I assume that means because a race pad for that Mustang is a not off-the-shelf item.
Not that particular pad is not off
Right.
the shelf.
Okay, so what do? They laser, you said they're water cutting.
Basically what aqua-cut and East Tamaki do for us is they take the original Mustang pad.
Yes.
They take a pad that we have chosen to use.
Right, with the right material.
With the right material, right compound. And they basically, when they're computer drawing, they make the original shape, then the aqua-cutter just profiles the shape.
It's all too clever, really.
It is very clever.
It's a service you provide. More so, more. We add on again, yet again, there is more to it, because we've got the lines. Everyone knows what this is. It's a rubber brake hose. It works every day. It does the job on millions, if not billions, of vehicles around the planet. You're not happy with that?
No.
Okay. What are we doing?
We're getting rid of the horrible original rubber brake line.
Okay.
We're putting on a certified Goodrich brake line that we custom manufacture here to sample. Now the difference being is rubber lines suffer from volumetric expansion, so they expand, they stretch. The muck metal fittings on the end of the brake lines also expand and contract. They can fall off when we go to the racetrack.
We don't want that.
We don't want that.
We don't want that.
So we use the Goodrich lines. They don't suffer from volumetric expansion. They're certified for road use. There's no flex in the line. They don't stretch, and providing they don't get damaged for whatever reason, they're a lifetime product.
Important that they are legal for road use.
Correct.
Because a lot of people would assume that you stick these on, they're a special product but no, you can just swap them straight out.
We use all the Goodrich fittings. We use the Goodrich lines, Goodrich fittings. They're crimped fittings. They're certified, global standards. So from a warranty fitness point of view, we don't need to do any low volume certs for the brake lines.
Okay, so we have rotor, we have pads, we have lines which are not going to have volumetric expansion.
No.
Wonderful. And now we're going to a fluid, and this says a PRF AP Racing 660 racing brake fluid. Okay, that means nothing. Explain.
Explain. Race fluid is .4 fluid. It's irrelevant from a road point of view. What we are concerned about is the dry boiling point, and that is where having a foggy drive this on the track, it's going to get some punishment. So we're just going to put one of the highest fluids you can get.
Yes.
660 is the Fahrenheit rating for its dry boiling point, which is around the 320, 330 Celsius mark. That's all we're concerned about with race fluid. It'll work fine on the street. So if you want to go do your shopping, it's not going to have any problems, but it's just that dry boiling point. That's what we're concerned about. Because don't want to boil the fluid.
When we go to the track to do these track runs, it's easy to swap one of these out. We don't want to go swapping this out every single time.
So we'll just fill it up with race fluid, have a nice day.
This is why you're the smart people, and this is why we came to Race Brakes for a Project Giddy-Up. The braking components are going to change Foggy's world and everyone else's as well.